This is the guy we're talking about today. It's the Orient Bambino version 7. If you are into watches for a while, you for sure heard about the Bambino. It's one of the most well-praised watches, affordable watches out there. It's an automatic watch, and it's currently on its version 7, which is the one I got from my recent trip to Japan. If you have been to Japan, you know that it is impossible to go to Japan and not buy a watch. Last time I went, I bought 12 watches. But this time, I promised myself that I would buy 0 watches. I wouldn't buy a single watch. And I failed. I failed because of this guy, because of the Orient Bambino version 7 with the green dial. Look at this. So beautiful. I'm going to show it to you in more details in a little bit. But let's talk about this watch and why it completely took me from my promise. I've always enjoyed the Bambino look, the classic look of the Bambino. It's always been a watch I wanted from the beginning of my watch exploration. But there was a problem. The Bambino was more of a dress watch, and that was cool, but it wasn't something that I knew I would be wearing a lot. And when I saw this on the shelf with the metallic bracelet, stainless steel bracelet, I knew I had to get it. And it was in a very good price in Japan, cheaper than I could buy here in Europe or in America. So why is this watch so cool? Let's take a look first in the specs, and I'll show you in a little bit some macro shots of the watch so you can see it in a more beautiful light. But let's take a look at the specs first. So I'm here on the page. The price is $315, and here's some photos of it. But of course, we're gonna take a look at it together in real life, which is always better. But let's go through the specs. So the movement is the caliber F6724 automatic, hand winding, which I love. I really like that about any watch. So every watch that is I can hand wind, it's good, because even if I'm not wearing the watch, sometimes I have it hanging around. So just grab it and wind it a little bit. So it's always ready. So I don't need to worry about power reserve. Speaking of which, the power reserve on this watch is of 40 hours, and it has some features like the date at 3 o'clock. You can see it here. We're going to see it closer in a little bit, up close. It has the exhibition case back, which is nice because the movement actually looks nice. Nothing crazy, but it looks pretty nice. The case diameter is 38.4, which is great. I feel like for my wrist, which is the tiniest in the world, it's sort of perfect, the perfect size. So anything from 36 to 38 would be great for my wrist. So if you have a smaller wrist like I do, this is perfect. But if you don't, if you have a big wrist, you do you. But you might want to try it. The lug to lug on this one is 44. The case thickness is 12.5 because the crystal, which is not a crystal, is a dome. You know, the glass is domed, so it goes up a little bit, as you can see here. Oh, here you go. You can see it here. The glass goes up in a dome, which is pretty cool. What else? The bezel is stationary, strap material stainless steel. That was what got me to this. And the green dial, it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just gorgeous. And then when you throw a light at it, let's see if I have a light here. No, I don't. But if you throw a light at it, I'll just play with it like this. And you can see, I mean, when the light of, the sunlight hits this, is just beautiful. They have, of course, the other colors, like this blue here, which I like a lot. And the pink dial, which I also like. I honestly, I'm a big fan of all of the new colors on the Bambino version 7. What I don't like too much is the one that goes more into the classic way with the leather straps. Is it leather? Let's see. Yeah, with a leather strap. And that was the reason I never got a Bambino in the first place. And now I do because of this metal, beautiful metal stainless steel. So let's take a look. Let's take a closer look into the watch. Let me get the camera here and I'll bring this closer. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Look, the green changes hue completely depending on the light source, on the type of light that it's getting. So this is how beautiful it is. And let's take a look at it on my wrist. So let me put it, hang on. This is how it looks on my wrist. Clasp, beautiful. That's the Bambino right here. Beautiful watch. Let me know if you want to see more of this. Maybe we can do some cool videos on it, cinematic way. But let me know if you have any questions as well. Drop it on the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer. But if you want to have a Bambino, in my opinion, this is the one to get. This is the one you should go for. All right. Good luck. Happy shopping for a new Bambino.